Hi friends, welcome back. You know those times when you kind of look around at everything and you think to yourself, I don't feel like I've gotten anything done this year. And then you actually take stock and you realize that you have actually done a decent amount of stuff this year. It's just that you put it all away and you weren't seeing it because it wasn't all piling up in your office. So that's what happened to me. And I was really feeling like I hadn't painted anything in a while. I was feeling like I hadn't finished a painting. I had only done the couple that I've done in videos lately. Like I just hadn't really taken the time to sit down and paint anything. And like last year I had done a ton of paintings and this year I just didn't. So I took some stock and I realized that I have actually painted a lot this year. It's just that I haven't done a video to show you, and I haven't done a recap video to kind of go over the stuff that I've been working on, the stuff that I love, the stuff that, I don't know, some of the stuff that I have shown you, I usually will show you again and kind of talk about it and talk about how my feelings toward it have changed since I painted it. And I just haven't done that. So that's what we're going to do today. To be frank, I didn't paint this one this year. I painted it at the end of last year, but technically I tweaked it a little bit this year, and I'm counting that as I worked on this one this year. And I also am 90% sure that I never showed you guys this painting because it was a pain and I was waiting for the right time, and I don't think that there really was a right time to show off this painting. I think my plan initially was to wait for the website launch, but then, well, we'll get to that in a little while. So we're going to start with this one. This one is called The Wishing Tree, and it is part of my Fox and the Fairy series. And I will bring it a little bit closer just so you guys can see exactly what she looks like. This painting is actually the first introduction of my blue fox. So the series so far has followed my red fox, obviously, but this is the first one where I introduced the blue boy fox. And maybe that's what was making me feel like I needed to wait for the right time to show off this painting that had the boy fox in it. But I don't know. That doesn't really make any sense either, now does it? So, but I do feel like this painting was a massive accomplishment for me. That weeping willow was so difficult to paint. This is, I don't even know how many different layers of paint that went into getting the branches to look like that and getting them to look so perfect. It was an absolute challenge. I think I spent about a month just working on the willow itself, not even doing anything else on this, just doing the weeping, wispy branches of the willow tree. And I'm legit really happy with this one, and I wish that I had shown you guys when I did it because it was amazing, and I have been so proud of this one since I finished it. So I really should have shown it to you sooner. I'm sorry I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. It'll obviously be on the website when that happens, but you know. So that's the first one I'm going to show you. I'm trying to go chronologically, but I don't really remember when I finished any of these, so I don't know. The next one I will show you is the first that features a little hedgehog, and also the first in which I used both oil pastels and colored pencil. So you guys have actually seen parts of this one. This is the one where we painted this whole segment together, but I really didn't show you the rest of it, and I legitimately love this one. I loved this one when I did it, and it has not, that feeling has not gone away at all. I absolutely love the depth of color that we achieved here in this front section. I love the shading on the fox. The hedgehog is so cute. I love the glittering sunlight. This is actually oil pastels and a little bit of colored pencil to get that really kind of filtery, glittery light. And I hadn't done this style of cloud in a little while when I did this one. So this was just really, really exciting to see this piece come together and to have it come together so quickly, because this one really, I think it took me 2 or 3 weeks, and I hadn't painted a whole lot when I sat down and did this one. I was working on, you know, that big one with the crevasse that we did a few months ago at this point? That one got to the point that it was really scary. And it was just sitting on my easel and I wasn't painting at all because that's what was sitting on my easel. So now that one is facing the wall so that I don't see it and I'm not scared by it. And I can paint whatever I want to paint. And as soon as I get the gumption back up to work on that one, I will. But this was the first one that I did when I finally convinced myself that I didn't have to finish the crevasse painting next. I could work on something else. So I worked on this one and I love it. I think that the colors came out beautifully. I really like the difference in texture with having the oil pastels on there and with having that little bit of colored pencil. I just think it came out absolutely beautiful and I love it. Definitely a new favorite. I haven't actually named this one yet, so we'll see what I end up calling it, but yeah, no. So the next one, I had no intention of ever putting this one in a video. This one was just, I wanted to play and I found a smaller canvas. So I did this little purple stoat. And he obviously belongs in the same series as the Fox and the Fairy. And I'm just starting to add more creatures, more little animals, more stuff like that. But I just really wanted to see if I could paint a stoat, and I really wanted to play with some new colors that I had gotten. So I threw this together, and I think I probably did this one in 3 or 4 days. So there are some parts of this that I think are a little rough yet, but at the same time, I really like it. I think it turned out really well. The sky's a little bit yellow for my liking. At the same time, it does kind of look like dawn. So I think it works, but it's not quite the color I was going for. The more I look at it, the more I like it though. My mom absolutely loves my little leafy flower guys. I think the stoat is really cute. But yeah, this was just for me. This was I wanted to sit down and paint something and not think and just go, and this is what I came up with. And I actually have a few other painting ideas that I want to work with that are a little bit more zoomed in like this, where the animal in question is a lot smaller than a fox, so it makes sense to be kind of tighter in on a tree trunk or a rock or something like that. So you might see more in this vein in the following months. We'll see. This one you've seen because we did this one together. This is the one where you didn't get to see me paint the fox. But I really like this one. This was one that I really wanted to do specifically for a video, but it still just turned out so nicely that sometimes when I have a piece that I specifically have in mind for a video, it's one that I just don't feel like it's as me sometimes, just because it was one that I thought, oh, that would be fun to do for a video, and not, oh, that would be fun to add to the series, or that would be fun to do to work on this thing that I want to be working on. This one really satisfied a lot of places in my little heart while I was working on it, and I just love it. I think it turned out really, really well. It was a really fun video to do with you guys. I've had a lot of people actually really liked watching me paint this one, so I think I'm actually going to start doing more paint with me videos in general, and probably just start filming while I'm painting all the time so that you guys can really see the step-by-step process without me having to really plan it or really think about like, this piece is going to be for a video and this piece isn't going to be for a video. This one's going to be a surprise and this one's not going to be a surprise. So it just makes more sense to just do all of them for the videos, and then you guys get to see the entire process and enjoy the whole thing from start to finish. But of course, I skipped some in the middle there because other ones that I did that you guys saw, I did the dragon. This is the first dragon and the only dragon I've ever painted. And I still absolutely love her. I really want to paint more dragons, and every time I go back and watch this video, I'm like, man, I gotta do that again. But it was really difficult, and again, the painting that I have in mind for my next dragon, it kind of got scary. It's so big, it's such a large concept that every time I sit down, every time I look at it, I'm just like, this is too big, this is too daunting. And I think I really just need to kind of break it down to steps, and that'll help me kind of get over the hump and get it done. And then of course we have the two little guys that we painted together. You know what really annoys me with the canvas boards? I never ever ever face them the right direction. Never ever. This one's sideways. This one's upside down. I don't want them to have this on the back. I want them to just be plain on the back so that it doesn't matter which way they're facing. I would be much happier with that. But I also did, and I did these with my mom just for fun, I did this cute little jellyfish. And then I did this little tree with a moon. And those aren't like the best paintings I've ever done or anything like that, but I did really enjoy them, and they are little paintings that I finished this year. So yes, I have been painting this year. Yes, I have. I've done a lot of painting this year. Let's see, what's my next one? Ooh, you haven't seen this whole painting yet. This one, you guys watched me paint the foxes, but you haven't seen the rest. So I did something similar to this probably a couple years ago now in acrylic. I might actually have a picture on my phone. Let's go look. I think I took a picture of it. Yes. So, that was the original. Had this little owl flying in. And while I liked that, I knew that I could do better, and I think I talked about this when I was painting the foxes with you guys. I loved the composition of that piece, but I didn't love how it turned out as a whole. I love this painting. This one, again, took me a couple of weeks to do, but I played with some new techniques, and I just think it came out really fun. This is where I really started getting into the very monochromatic look, and it just works. It works so well for this piece. The foxes turned out so cute. I even went back in and added a fairy later, but I love how the trees on this side look in comparison to the big fluffy tree on this side. It's just gorgeous. I love the light hill in the front and the dark in the back. It turned out so well, and I just get this like warm, happy feeling in me when I look at this one. I hope that you guys do too, because it turned out so well, and I thought this was actually going to be a lot more difficult to do when I started it, and then it just flowed. It probably took, it didn't take me that long to paint it. I think I already talked about that. But it just, as soon as I started it, it was just like this flow of ideas from my brush straight onto the canvas. I never picked up the wrong brush ever. I just went and I did, and it turned out so well. Absolutely love this one. And I've loved putting the blue fox and the red fox together in a bunch of paintings now. They just belong together, you guys. This one, obviously, you guys have all seen. I did add a little bit after the video. I added these little kind of water lines to make it a little bit more clear that the bottom section is a reflection in the water. But other than that, I didn't change anything after the video, and it's good. I like this one. Every time I show it to somebody, their question is, how did you do those foxes? And honestly, if I didn't have it on video, I wouldn't really believe I did it either. But it turned out really well, and again, in that really fun monochromatic style that I just think is super, super pretty. And last but not least, in paintings that you've already seen, but I should show you anyway, the titmouse. My dad's gonna love him. Super gonna love him. He's just adorable. Look at his, there's no cheek. That was a weird voice. Anyway, so those are all of the paintings that I have really worked on this year, and that's not including the terracotta pots or the Northern Lights painting that I think is done at this point, or the sunflowers on that like outdoor tile thing, or any of the other myriad projects I've messed with this year. These are just the canvases that I've worked on this year, or the ones that I haven't shown you since the year started. I've done a lot, and I'm really, really proud of the amount of stuff that I've gotten done despite being super busy at work and having so many other personal things that I have to do. I'm really, really proud of where my art is going, and it has been great fun to do all of this with you guys. And now I'm going to give you the little bit of bad news. So I know that I had been promising and planning on launching my website this year. And unfortunately, it's not going to happen. I have spent the last month fighting with a company that I should not have trusted to install a new air conditioner at my house. I have spent a lot more money than I should have getting this thing fixed, and it's still not fixed. At the time of recording, it has been just over a month since my air conditioner was replaced, and it is not working. It is a brand new unit, and it's not working. In summer. Fabulous. So I don't have the funds at the moment to make the website happen, nor do I have the time, nor honestly do I have the gumption to do it. So I have decided to wait. I have decided that the best thing to do is to put it off for another year, take these next few months and really get some good photography of my artwork, get some videos of my artwork, some like high quality videos, get photos of my artwork hanging in actual rooms, get really high quality photos for prints so that you guys can get prints of whatever you want. Really spending more time focusing on doing more of the mini canvases, the little wooden ornaments, all sorts of other things that you guys will have access to on the website. Really just getting it to where, like, taking the time to be able to get the website up and running exactly the way that I want it, instead of having to force it and push it and get the website out when, honestly, right now I'm not ready. I wish that I was ready. I had every intention of being ready by now, and it just hasn't happened. This year has been a lot busier than I thought it would be, I've had a lot going on in my day job. I've had a lot going on personally. Plus with all the stuff with the air conditioner, now is not a good time. And so I'm not going to do it this year. I know that I had promised y'all that it was going to happen this year because I had meant for it to happen last year and had a different thing happen with the house, but I just can't do it this year. It's not in the cards anymore. I can't do it. So what I will do is I am offering that if any of you have any of my pieces that you do want and you don't want to wait until the website launches, you are more than welcome to email me, message me on Instagram, contact me however you will, and I will get you a custom quote for either a print or the original or whatever it is that you would like, so that you can get a piece of my art in your hands a little bit sooner. If you really want one of the mini canvases, I am also more than happy to get you one of those. These will be a little bit more expensive, a little bit more inexpensive, apologies. So those will be a lot more affordable for everybody if a big painting is not quite in your budget. But all that to say, I do apologize. Website will not be happening this year, but I will make sure that if there are any pieces that any of you guys want, you do have access to them. All you have to do is contact me. If there's one that's from a specific video or from a specific Instagram post, just screenshot it or something and send that to me so that I know which one you're talking about. Other than that, that's the best I can do, honestly. Without having the website, it's the best that I can do. Because the prints will all be one-offs, they will be a little bit more expensive than when the website itself comes out. So I hope that you all understand in the meantime. But yeah, that's where we're at. And I think that's a little bit of why I was feeling like I hadn't really done anything this year, is because I wanted to get that website out this year. I wanted to get that up and running so that you guys could really see all of the artwork that I have and all of the hard work that I've put into everything. And just with not being able to do that this year, it does feel a little bit like I haven't done anything. But as you can see, I've done a lot. I've done a lot of painting this year, and I am really, really proud of the pieces that I've done and the amount of time that I have spent painting despite everything else going on in my life. And yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and listening to me ramble about the website. I hope that you enjoyed seeing my new paintings. Please let me know which one is your favorite and if you have any naming ideas for literally any of them, because only a couple of them have legit names at the moment, and I'm happy to change them. So let me know what you think, and I will see you in a couple weeks with a whole new video. Bye!